Feature Friday.
The freshest.
One, and we're live. Hey.
Hello, people. Welcome. Welcome to our therapy session. No, just joking, just joking. Welcome to Feature Friday Plus. This is it.
That'd be a good name for a podcast, therapy session.
I'm pretty sure there's already some type
But
of
it wouldn't
stuff.
be like an actual psychological thing. It'd be maybe like a comedian or something. Because podcasting.
Imagine Bill Burr
Yeah.
welcoming into your therapy session.
Well, his one is called like Monday Morning Podcast.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, but that is basically how podcasting came to be, because it was just a lot of comedians just sort of wanted to just
Talk.
rant
Yeah.
and talk and also work on material as well, as they were just ranting and letting their mind flow and getting this like flow state of just speaking, and then it turns out people love hearing it.
It's fantastic. I think this is one of the most entertaining type of content to consume. I love podcasts. I love watching other people podcast.
Yeah, that's why it was just that's why we decided to make one too, because we were really loving podcasts.
We
the idea of
thoroughly
podcasts.
enjoy it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, today I thought we'll check out some, because Stray Kids did like a repackaged album,
Oh, they did. Just right.
and they really did have some awesome fashion. What?
On Instagram.
Yeah, they really had some awesome fashion in it. And even though it's a repackaged album, I thought it was pretty good. What was it called?
I saved it, but okay, it's
Dum, cha, dum, cha, dum.
Dum, ding, doo, doo, dim,
Ba,
doo,
ba,
doo,
bam.
doo,
Da,
doo,
da,
doo,
dum.
doo. Stray Kids
Dum.
Closet underscore.
Stray Kids Closet.
Underscore.
Yeah, you're gonna have to type that, mate.
Oh my god. Stray. Oh my god. The
Yeah,
pressure's on.
because it had some. That's not pressure. Just bloody write it. Is that the one?
Underscore. I don't know.
Because they had some really good fashion in it. Oh, that's an even better page, maybe.
Oh, well, okay, you can check.
No shade at the other page, but just saying.
Well, yeah,
Because
sure.
it was quite hard to find.
The breakdown of the outfits on that video, because that video was actually so freaking cool.
I don't know which one it is.
It's like, look, the tiger pants and stuff, like the leopard print pants, and it was all very cool. Oh, there we go.
Is it here?
Is it that?
Is it there?
I think so.
This is music video solo teaser.
Well, I guess not.
That's not it. Maybe it's further up.
It's hard to tell.
What was the page
They were-
you got? Oh, it's this one, isn't it? No.
Those ones?
Bloody hell, I don't know.
Oh, wait. Let me type in. Stop wiggling.
I'm not. It's quite difficult today because we've got like a change of a setup, because we're moving the studio around, like we said in the main podcast of the week, which was a Mama Moo special. So in case you haven't watched that, it was actually pretty fun.
Underscore.
That's it.
Here's the one.
All right, got it. Stray Kids Closet underscore. So lovely work by them. A lot of work, actually.
A lot of work.
They even break down like some of their live content.
And like what they were for interviews and stuff. It's pretty cool.
They actually have so many outfits. I don't know where
Where to begin?
to click.
I think it's a little further down.
Down.
Yeah,
Bloody hell. Nah, it must be further up, wouldn't it?
maybe further up.
Do, do,
Do,
do.
do, 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 do.
We don't need elevator music. We make it ourselves.
Do, do, do.
Oh, mate, I have no idea what it is.
Do, do,
So what the hell are all these outfits then? Here, no?
do, 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 do.
Blantic. Put on.
Yeah, I
That's
think
not-
it's around there.
What the hell? We've
No.
lost it. We've
We
lost our
have
mojo.
lost it. Lost the mojo. Go down.
Going down. There's the
There we go. There we go.
right here. Okay, so we actually found out by this that we found out one of the brands that we were looking for so long,
Oh, that's right.
because the logo was like that half moon thing. EXO has worn it. Obviously now Stray Kids has worn it.
BLACKPINK has worn it.
Yeah, a lot.
Freaking Twice has worn it. Literally every K-pop band has worn it.
So this top worn by well, this is in the
Changbin.
trailer.
Chan.
Is in the trailer, right?
Yes. No, that's in the actual video.
All right.
Remember that we were like, oh my god, look at that see-through top that he's wearing.
What was the actual name of the song? In
Backdoor.
Backdoor. That's it. Back door. This isn't it though, is it? He wasn't wearing this in Backdoor.
Yes, he was. Hence the fake ring pictures on the side.
Why don't I recognize it? Anyways, yeah. So this is Vetmins.
Vetmins.
So if you were gonna say vitamins, but you sort of
Vitamins.
yeah,
Vitamins.
The tattoo print sheer stretched top. 360 quid.
My God.
Bloody hell.
I would buy that and wear it as a dress.
That's pretty good though. I like that.
That's cool.
Then we have
That's cool.
Seung Ming wearing it. This is the brand Marine Sur or Saray.
I think it's Marine Sur.
It's not very expensive.
It's pretty cool. I would totally buy that.
Yeah, large fit.
Just so I can have the little moon just dangling, you know.
That is quite tough, isn't it? It's just the moon.
It's so
It's a white
cool.
top.
Well, 160 euros for
Bloody
a
hell.
white top on a moon.
What else do we have? We have Felix,
I love Felix.
and he's wearing, that's the over top. He's wearing it there because he's also wearing that tattoo thing, isn't he?
Yeah, similar or something similar from, I think, from along the same designer.
And his salute.
And is that 60? Is 60 pounds?
That's an interesting brand. I've never seen it.
$60. I mean, it's pretty cool. That looks like one of those crop tops that were really in the 80s for like the rock era of the 80s. So like that's it.
You're recording. We'll stop in 28 seconds.
Well, thank you. Wow, dismiss it.
Well, we'll go back and then we'll start again, won't we?
I
Go
love
back there.
this. I love fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
love
really wear. I don't really
fashion.
like those type of tops.
You don't?
Nah, like I don't like those type of tops that I have something underneath and then something on top.
Well, that's the way he's wearing it there, but that doesn't mean that's the only way to wear
Oh,
it.
of course, you can wear it with nothing underneath.
Oops, something happened.
But let me just do it again.
Do.
But I would wear it, but not like that though. Wearing nothing underneath.
You know, I think it just depends on the look. Everything they wore was so cool.
You can mute that if you want, so that every time we do it, it doesn't. That's it.
Right, just let me think because
Hey, look.
there are other,
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah, there are other outfits that I was really interested in there. Stray Kids Backdoor outfit breakdown.
You should search up here,
That's alright.
so then people can see it.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, because there were some really good ones. But yeah, because it's so new, it's kind of hard for everyone to break it down. But I reckon, what is your favorite, for you guys watching, what is your favorite fashion in a music video you've seen this year? Because there's been a lot, not from them. Because there's been a lot.
Oh my God, what was that? Bless ya.
No, that website.
I'm trying to find a cool website.
Just go on images.
Maybe as well.
No, they have a Twitter. Oh my God, I think I want to sneeze again.
Ay, qué fastidio. My God. I hate when stuff doesn't go my way.
It's okay, just I'll do it. I'll just go on images.
Also, way to go.
There you go.
There you go. No. There you don't go. You don't go there.
They're good at it though. They're really good at finding out stuff.
Well, hence why they're everywhere.
Yeah. That's the way.
No.
I don't know. Well, let us know. That's the only
Can't
thing we
really
could find.
find anything.
Yeah, I mean, we could find something else, but it cost us issues last time. So it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, what is your favorite fashion you've seen this year? Like in a video, K-pop wise though, just to make it a bit easier.
That I would like to recreate and wear, or that I just freaking loved, even if I couldn't wear it.
Yeah, both.
Both. Okay, that I loved and I wanted to recreate was definitely EXO's Obsession at the beginning of the year. I really liked that, and I liked them so much. I liked the shiny leather patent thing.
Yeah.
That I bought myself a pair of trousers that are squeaky and gorgeous like that.
Well, leather-wise, yeah.
Yeah. The whole leather thing is pretty cool. I really like that. And based on visuals and what it provided, the whole how they stylized Lit by Lay, everything about that video style wise, insane, and I still like it.
Yeah,
So much that is the only thing that I can recall. It marked me so much. Is the only thing right now that I can recall from the back of my head.
Well, I still stand by my statement that is so far the best video of the year.
Yes.
What would be the close second?
Well, we really like Jackson Wang's.
I really like Jackson Wang's 100 Ways. That was a really good bloody video. And there was also Chinese culture in it.
Yeah.
His latest video is also good.
It was cool. It was really cool. I don't know. I don't know what else. I really... See, right now, from the top of my head, I can't really think.
I'd say I really like BTS's album, the video. What was the name of the song?
Black Swan.
No, not Black Swan. Was it On, where they sort of do a lot of these... there's like they're in this place which kind of looks like the Garden of Eden, and then...
Oh yeah, what was that On? No, it wasn't On. It was. I'll tell you what it was.
Yeah, but that's I really like that video. And fashion wise, I'd probably say BTS's Dynamite video.
So sick.
I like
so
that type
sick.
of fashion a lot.
That fashion is so easily recreatable though. That's something that you can go back and try your best to get close to that style.
Yeah, you can definitely get close to it. Very hard to actually replicate it though, because they were wearing so much Gucci. So unless you really do have that amount of cash.
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, you got all the suits and stuff that they were wearing. I was thinking about the denim thing about it. That video.
Yeah, it was on.
Yeah,
it was on. Yeah, I really liked that video. I enjoyed it a lot because it was very sort of like deep and
it had so many layers. I love when they do that because you
which is very typical of them actually. They like to do that a lot. They actually enjoy like letting their fans break down stuff and sort of figuring little secrets and Easter eggs that they planted on purpose.
Puzzle together, basically. It's so cool. I really like what they do, and I actually think they bring such detail to pop that has been lost along the industry. Kind of got lost a bit, that discovery, trying to find something new and interesting every single time you watch a music video, it kind of got lost. And what K-pop is bringing into the table is that new, fresh discovery feel to it,
Well, K-pop aside, there's still some really good artists that like still maintain that type of mentality. Like Lady Gaga's one of them, obviously in her latest release, not latest release, but latest music video release, 911. She's one of those that she genuinely likes to, sort of use a lot of symbolism, metaphors, and emblems and Easter eggs. So she's definitely been a pioneer for that type of mentality when it comes to video making. And I don't know how involved she is in sort of like the creative process of the actual video, but even with her music, she's a bit like that. So it wouldn't surprise me if she's that involved. Or someone else who probably does that really well, away from K-pop, it's probably that I can think of. Eminem is one of those.
Definitely, for sure. Yeah.
Eminem is definitely one of those.
Yeah.
Someone like Beyonce also likes to do a lot of symbolism, a lot of hidden messages and a narrative.
A lot of layers, and I think that's so interesting, and that's why they're at the top of the game, because they never lost that wonder, like for people to dig and try to discover things through their music and
Justin Bieber actually
videos.
in his latest release, Holy, that was a brilliant release and
fantastic imagery as well.
It was brilliant imagery there.
Brilliantly directed. It was so good. I was really hooked, and I was singing that song for like the rest of the weekend.
It's a good song.
It's
man.
a great song.
Search up the Holy and how he came up with that song. Like, what was sort of the inspiration behind that song? I mean, it's obvious that there's plenty of inspiration with it going right now because it was very relevant lyrics wise, right? Let me just zoom in on here. But let's see what he actually, if he's spoken about it. Because it was obviously very relevant. Like, he spoke to issues that hit home right now, absolutely. And it used a lot of, you know, the Valderrama, right? He was wearing the uniform and he's portraying that sort of side of America, of hope, of freedom, protection.
Yeah.
So he and also, you know, the sign of the cross and the whole Christian aspect, which is his faith. But I love the fact they actually didn't make it so obvious. You know, Chance the Rapper, in the rap, he's talking about God and stuff like that. But I feel like everyone from many religions could definitely
relate and
enjoy.
Yeah.
Enjoy from it.
For sure.
Jesus Christ, how many ads? Bloody hell. Let's see what he said about.
Oops.
Okay, so he says, Unholy, Justin Bieber reunites with Chance the Rapper on a song, describes the relationship that they maintain with God, despite the noise in the industry. The track presumably serves as the lead single to Bieber's upcoming 6th studio album.
Oh, that's really cool. That's really exciting times.
It is also his first solo since his first 5th studio album, Changes, of course, in February. So that definitely shows that he is back. You know, because I was really afraid because he was dropping in the last 5 years. He was dropping kind of songs on and off, right? But he never really was coming back. Like, he didn't make an album. Was never.
Yeah, it was nothing serious.
It was serious. Bloody hell.
But no, what I mean, but no, not compromised.
A compromised concept.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But it's like.
It's like, I'm still here. I'm still making music.
Exactly. Like, I'm still relevant.
Yeah.
He will always be relevant. But he wasn't making an album, and now that he's making an album, it's exciting. I wonder whether he's gonna do sort of kind of what Kanye West, which he did a whole Christian album.
It was
right?
very gospel,
right? Whole gospel album, sorry. So perhaps he will go, down similar path where he will really speak deeply and a bit more profoundly on his faith.
About his faith.
Because it's not newly found faith, but this is something I've seen lately. It's newly found. If you know Justin Bieber,
you could see that
it's been a long journey for him regarding his faith, actually.
Yeah, actually, I think it comes from home, doesn't it? For him, I think faith and his spiritual path has always been very guided by the hand of his mother. You know, she's always been there for him, and he has always been somehow involved in the church aspects of his community and stuff. So it's really cool that now he's found, a way to integrate that into his own artistry and to his own makings, and that's always going to be very refreshing to see in somebody that is so deep in the industry.
Is that large in the industry? Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's also like there's a lot of because you don't also want to like go too far, because then it doesn't make you as accessible to everyone.
Yeah, it becomes unreachable, and then you're only playing to a certain
crowd to some extent.
Yeah.
So, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just depends what your objectives are. Like we've had this discussion before, where you have other artists where they're fine and happy with not having number ones and not creating, top 40 charts or pop. They're fine with just creating, and if 1,000 people listen to it, they're happy, and they try to really, exploit their artistry through the nature of their creativity, and not through the nature of the industry.
The results, yeah.
Which at the end of the day, I think sometimes when you do kind of, people call it selling, so selling your soul. It's your soul, which is to the industry. You sort of do whatever the industry dictates, and then that way you can ride different waves, and you can be at the top of the game, always be relevant, always selling hundreds of thousands of records or millions on sales. So But then you wonder, because if you do that and you get there, right, which you most likely would get there, then you wonder whether it was actually worth it. You know, you've had artists like Lady Gaga who've gone through this inner conversation.
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, I did what the industry expected. No, actually, they didn't expect of me, but what my label and they demanded of me, and I got to the top of the game because it's a formula that works. You know, shock factor,
whatever the formula
pop,
is, yeah.
Outlandish visuals, a decent vocalist. That at that point you didn't even know if she was decent or not, because her songs didn't really allow her to, you know, exploit her her vocal capability. And then you blow up, win awards, all that stuff. Right, it's not guaranteed, never, but that seems to be what works. And then when she gets there, you sort of see her interviews and stuff like that, and you can just sense this sort of doom and gloom vibe of disappointment.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, was this really even worth it? You know?
Yeah, did I actually sacrifice everything that I stood for this?
For that, yeah. It seems that a lot of them go through that, you know, and also
you definitely saw that on Justin Bieber and his
absolutely.
His career. He peaked so quickly with him. Not saying that. Well, it just reached the top so fast at such dimensions. You know, it was a global pandemic. Justin Bieber was the thing, you know, and it stayed a thing for a really long time.
Still is.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
Oh, when he was
on his search, on his way up.
Yeah.
He became such a force, you know. To say Justin Bieber meant huge numbers.
Yeah.
And that must have messed up the way. I think that definitely messes up with your perspective and the way that you see the world, especially when you hit fame so young. So your perspectives and your morals are yet to be totally grounded. Like, you think you have an idea. When you're 13, you think you have an idea of what's good and what's not. But you can't really call the shots, you know?
Of course not.
Because you're still a kid. You're still growing up. You're still maturing in your perspective. Actually, I would argue that in your 20s, you're still settling in your perspectives, you know? And understanding morals and what are the real boundaries of the world. So, obviously, putting a little human in the whole world's eye and letting the world dictate of what this tiny little human is about to become or will be, it's a lot of pressure for one single human, you know, like for one single person.
I think he came out all right.
I think so too, but obviously the whole hiatus that he took for 5 years, the struggles and the breakdowns, the whole paparazzis and all of these things, you know, they kind of make you wonder what kind of impact that has in a person's personal life.
Yeah.
And it's really cool to see this new, refreshed, maybe more settled Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that also makes me wonder, like, we see a lot of these K-pop idols sort of just, you know, go through the whole training regime from a really young age, and sort of they kind of unknowingly are deciding their own future, because even though they believe they're going to achieve their dream, and their dream is to debut and all this stuff, the likeliness of it's very low. But to some extent, if you do go all the way, you've absolutely predicted your future for the next 25 years. Mm-hmm. You know, unless something dramatic happens, you know. That's which we've seen it happen. You know, we've seen accidents ruin bands. We've seen what was that group you were talking about? She's just that podcast with a Big Titty Committee.
With BM.
Yeah, with BM and yeah.
Her band, the girl group that she was on was I'll tell you. I keep forgetting.
She does. You know, she's got now her own YouTube and she's doing great.
And she's doing
podcasting a lot.
Podcasting and radio. Ladies Code,
right? And they had an accident where two of them unfortunately passed away.
Yeah, they had a terrible car accident, and yeah, their story is kind of tragic. It really is.
I know you were telling me about it.
It's tough.
Very, very, very rough.
It's very tough.
So
I have no idea how they came out successful on the other side of that. That was just tragic.
yeah, so you see, well, yeah, there's plenty of evidence to show that dramatic stuff does happen, and nothing's for certain. But if it does go ahead, like everything goes to plan, for the next 20 years, 15 years, your future, what you eat, where you go, how you act, what you wear, it's all decided for you.
Yeah.
And then you start, to question yourself once you're in it, at what expense, right? Is the financial gain that I've earned through this, is the popularity of my work enough to justify, is the love from fans enough to justify this sort of sacrifice I've made?
And we
it's
have
self-sacrifice, right?
Yeah, and we have seen that a lot of the times it isn't.
They feel like it isn't, yeah.
It isn't. Well, if they feel it isn't enough, it's not enough for them,
Well, maybe, but I think sometimes
again,
also
is a plan of perspective.
But wouldn't, like, for example, say imagine someone like, because one of the things we were very surprised when Lay watched our video is of how humble and how surprised he was when you said a comment like, you said, oh,
influential artist. Or
he's
something
one
like
of the. I feel he's huge around the world. You said something like that, and then he said, oh really? It's like, oh, thank you so much. It's like, mate.
Yes.
Like, what kind of bubble do you live on?
Yeah.
But that is sort of how you see stuff when you're in it. You don't see your surround. You don't see the world. You don't see the impact you're making. So I feel sometimes that's why lovely messages that they send, that you guys send or we send to our favorite artists or creators or whatever, do go a long way, because it's the most human thing in such an inhumane world where it's all about numbers and stuff, and you're just making, but you're not actually seeing the genuine feels that I'm feeling when I watch your stuff.
That's right.
Right? So it's very difficult to then comprehend as the creator, as the maker, the musician, that like people, I could have changed someone's life. Like when I'm going through really dark time because, or in a relationship or whatever, and I listen to
whatever.
Bryson Tiller or Giveon, that type of feelings that they invoke in me, it's very special. It's very, very special. Or when you're in movies and you watch productions and they
the song just sets the scene.
Or the movie itself changes your life.
Yeah.
Principles of it, a narrative, a teaching, a lesson.
When you read a book and it literally changes your whole perspective of life.
It's very difficult to then show as a fan of the work that, like, dude, you genuinely, it was a good sacrifice, the one you've made.
Yeah.
And it's so noble because through you I've been able to, my quality of life has improved through you.
Yeah,
it sounds dramatic, but it's actually true.
It's so true. I mean, there is, I think I was on this road trip with one of my friends and we were listening to music and he said to me, every single song that's on this playlist I can tell you a story about.
Absolutely.
Every single song that has happened to me when I was listening to one of those songs, or how I got to know the song. And I thought to myself, that is so powerful. That is so powerful. That is so true. Because, and then I went to look at my playlist and think, how did I come about? How, like, maybe I got stories to tell about these songs too. And it turns out that for a good chunk I did.
You do, yeah.
And there's a lot of emotions and feelings involved, and yeah, your whole quality of life totally changed because of that specific song or that specific artist.
But Lady Gaga doesn't know that.
Exactly, that's right.
She may do, I don't know, but not yours, right?
Yeah.
And she doesn't know the exact actual description and feelings you're experiencing in the moment. So
thanks to her.
Thanks to her, it's very bizarre, isn't it? But because it comes from the same a philosophy of people affect people.
Everything, yeah.
And that, to me anyways,
cause and effect.
One of the meanings of life is relationships, to create meaningful friendships, to find love, to create experiences with others and share them with others. So it's music does that because it's made by people.
That's right.
Not because it's made by robots. That's my biggest fear when it comes to seeing these AIs or these creative robots that are able to generate stuff out of nothing. They don't, but out of past stuff. They can create, different melodies and stuff. That worries me because I don't just like music because it's a nice beat or because it's nice music. It's the human element of it that is so special. It's the same as I'm not able to enjoy art, like pieces of,
Plastic art.
is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Like, like a painting or something. It's nice.
So, it's nice and well done.
Yeah, so nice bloody painting, mate. You know what I mean? Especially the modernists. Like
abstracts and
scribble
stuff.
or something.
Yeah, scribble.
Don't be rude, like bloody hell.
Wow.
Did you stumble?
Oh my god.
I thought, I'm not. That's just me though. I'm not able. I wouldn't go to a gallery. I've tried it before with like, say this girl invited me to a gallery or something because she's very
artsy.
Yeah. I would go, just to sort of see what she sees and sort of experience it through her eyes. But I'm not able to do that. I'm able to do that just
through music.
Music. Not even in movies, it's a different experience, but I think the ones that touches closest to me is music. And that would be one of the reasons why I would be afraid of that if the future it is all robots. Like one of my favorite things on earth will be gone.
Yeah, no, I'm there with you. I think that's a very spooky idea. Just because it takes away the human element of it all. And
I don't think it will happen in my lifetime, so future people, oh hey.
No, I actually think, for example, and I think that's what I cherish still so much about live music. Because there is, call me old school, call me, call me old school, but I think there is such a magic, such an element to when instruments are played by people, when music is created in the moment by people.
Just a weird relationship between object and person.
Absolutely. So when I see performances like Paulo Lopez live, when it's just him and his piano, or I see I don't know, a whole band playing together, Kings of Leon, to say a random name. You see them live. It's them creating everything that you're listening to in the moment. There is such a magic to that people totally overlook, and you only get to experience it if you're there in the moment,
Yeah.
And it will totally change the way that you see or hear or listen to music from that moment on. It's like when people go to festivals and they listen to their favorite DJs. It's a completely different type of magic. It's a completely different type of vibe. But you go to a live concert of a live band and your whole idea of music will change with it.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what makes music that specific thing. Humans, us, emotions. And you know what's crazy to me? That to think that in a whole stadium of 60,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
all of those 60,000 people with different paths and journeys, with different situations in their own lives, have all taken a decision to be there in that specific moment. And for that hour or 2 hours, we're all sharing the same holistic experience.
That everyone will have the same memory
for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, bizarre.
To me, that is just so powerful.
That's what I mean. Like it's very hard for then an artist to then understand that perhaps the sacrifice they've made was worth it.
And I think live performances and that connection with fans makes them
realize,
realize.
Because you can see it. You can't see that on my phone. Like I don't see the 120,000 people that have bizarrely pressed subscribe.
That's so true.
That
is so true.
I don't see that. It's very, I guess you see a plaque and you see all the lovely messages, and I'm always super grateful for them. But it will be when I meet some of you guys where it will hit me like a truck.
It's like, oh my god, you really think like that?
Yeah.
Or
when these artists create and then they sing their new song live, and then they see people's like, whoa,
reaction to it. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I also think like you said earlier, that tiny message of of encouragement to your favorite, or the people that you admire the most. Even if you think it will go unread, that type of energy going out there to the universe, that is the right type of karma you want in your life.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to cut it short because I
I was enjoying this.
have a commitment.
He has a commitment.
But yeah, I mean, well, you usually don't do short stuff when it comes to the podcast, but yeah, I really have to go. So yeah, just let us know.
That means he's running late again.
Let us know what you'd like us to check out throughout the week, and
we will check it out. We're going to be posting a few options for this week's podcast, so please
Feature
check
Friday
out,
podcast, yeah.
Yeah, Feature Friday podcast, that's right. So please check out our community post and tell us what you would like to see this week.
We're gonna put a different choice, like you can vote and stuff.
A little poll, so you can tell us what you like the most of our ideas, and then we'll get along and go ahead and do that.
Awesome. Peace.
Bye bye.